One of the most powerful aspects of any story is its repeatability. Stories are easier for people to remember and pass on than detailed product features and benefits. Perhaps most importantly, when a person begins to tell a story, they gain ownership over it. When you can motivate your audience to tell your story on your behalf, it no longer becomes your story, it becomes theirs. That's why brand stories are so effective at helping customers become evangelists for your brand. The very nature of your brand story itself is designed to create evangelism. From the get-go, your customer knows that that story is about them. They're the hero. They're the center of it. Story's unique ability to drive evangelism comes from that mended world. For your brand to use its story to create evangelism, it's critical that throughout your customer relationships, you illustrate to your customer the resolutions that they're seeing. You laid out a broken world that drew your customer into the relationship with you. You articulated the ways that you were going to guide them to resolve that. Make sure it's crystal clear to them the exact ways that that resolution came into being and how they're now living happily ever after, just like you promised. The power of articulating mended worlds to customers is that it inspires them to share with their network without you even asking. Everyone likes to talk about their victories, their successes, the good outcomes that they've had, and that's exactly what an effective mended world for your brand story is. It's the place your customers want to be, from starting at a point of pain and difficulty to a place where they live happily ever after. Highlighting that, giving your customers the right language, the right tools, and the right information to be able to share it far and wide is critical. The mended world should be integrated as a core component of any type of customer service that you develop in your brand. After you've onboarded a customer and after you've started to deliver for them, it's critical that you constantly communicate the victories that they are achieving in overcoming the broken world that exists at the center of their story. You have to show this to them not because they don't see it themselves, but because they need the language and the focus to be able to see exactly the way that your brand is delivering on that promise. Not only will that, of course, help fuel retention and loyalty. After all, who wouldn't want to stay with a brand that's delivering for them week after week and month after month? But it gives that critical framework that people need to be able to go out and brag and share about the successes that they're seeing. An effective mended world creates desire in others. People in a network hear about the successes that one company is having, and they can't help but crave the same resolution to their own broken world. It creates referrals. It creates desire for references. It's a critical component of ensuring that the message of your brand spreads far and wide. Customers describing that mended world is particularly critical because it reflects the broken world at the beginning of your story, which means when customers do evangelize on your behalf and prospects then encounter you, they're seeing that same broken world that drew in your original customer reflected right back at them, and a virtuous cycle continues. Mended world begets broken world, which begets mended world yet again, creating an endless and perpetual cycle of evangelism and loyalty that'll fuel your brand's growth going forward. The customer experience that you create is a critical component to holistic brand storytelling and realizing the potential of your brand's narrative. If leveraged correctly, your sales and marketing team used your brand story as the framework for the promises that they made to prospects before they become customers. Likewise, your customer experience must follow through on those promises and align with the story as well. The last three components of your brand story are where this promise is articulated and the guidance for how your company can bring it into being. Your company's mentorship describes how your team should act to deliver on that promise, and the magical gift articulates how customers can use the product to achieve it for themselves. But the mended world is the great focusing tool when it comes to customer experience. It empowers your team. It gives them an ideal future state that they can understand and that they can see. It transforms customer experience from being about responsiveness to customer inquiries to being about proactive creation of the mended world that customers expect. An effective story-driven customer experience is different precisely because it comes from the point of understanding the customer's perspective and the outcomes that they're seeking to achieve. Brands who use their story as a method of focusing their customer experience are able to empower their teams to create the exact types of outcomes customers crave and the experiences that fuel evangelism and retention. Spiro is a sales management tool for companies and sales teams who hate CRM. Spiro was founded specifically to serve the thousands of companies with a failed CRM deployment each year. All of those failed deployments have one thing in common. It's never technology, budget, or aptitude. It's a fundamental disconnect between how organizations perceive the role of their sales team. Does the CRM work for sales, or does sales work for the CRM? Despite the language that they would use, most CRM companies would tell you it's the latter. The sales team works for the CRM. They have to log their activities, and they do what they're told each and every day, tracking each contact, each outreach, and all of their behaviors that are, in theory, designed to lead to sales success. Spiro's brand story is built on the reverse of this approach. Its proactive relationship management tool isn't about salespeople working for a CRM. It's about building a piece of technology that leverages the behaviors and activities that have made salespeople successful in the first place and allows them to take all of the data entry, tracking, and minutia that keeps salespeople focused on CRM and out of the field and eliminate those from daily activities. Because Spiro's story is so fundamentally disruptive, its customer experience was designed to reinforce that anti-CRM message every step of the way, from the moment that a person signs a contract and begins using the platform, all the way up to the point where they're encouraged to tell all of their friends to ditch CRM and start joining Spiro instead. The CRMs that Spiro competes against are designed to eliminate sales managers. They're designed to automate the management of sales teams and track and drive specific activities that it believes will lead to successful outcomes. Spiro is in the business of empowering sales managers. It's that emphasis on the hero of their story, the sales manager, that makes their customer experience so effective and helps advance their mission of killing CRM. Like other sales management tools, Spiro collects data on opportunities, how many contact salespeople are making, and how they're advancing them through the funnel. Where it fundamentally differs from its CRM-based competitors is in the way that it empowers and treats the hero of its story, the sales manager. Spiro is designed not to automatically create alerts for salespeople, nudge them forward on other behaviors, or generate detailed reports about the things people aren't doing. Spiro is specifically designed to arm the sales manager with information and tools that they can use to coach their sales team in a human way. Spiro's customer experience emphasizes the ways in which sales managers can help correct stalled deals and get them back on track. It reveals the intelligence that a sales manager needs to help more accurately forecast their pipeline. And every interaction with the platform continually reaffirms to the sales manager their critical role in leading their team to success. Spiro's story is built around the broken world that CRMs fundamentally do not work. Its proactive relationship management tool was specifically developed to help sales managers gain the intelligence and the guidance they need to make their sales teams high performing. Every step and every phase of the Spiro customer experience has been designed to do exactly that for that sales manager, ensuring that they know that it's the CRM that works for them, not the other way around.